Hello, YouTubers. Today or tonight, whenever you're watching this, I am filming this at nighttime at 7:12 p.m. at night because I didn't get home until late, basically, the reason why I didn't get home until nighttime is because in the beginning of my day, it went fine. It was totally fine. It went directly well. I went out. I woke up early. I went out. Decided last night I want to go see a movie. I don't want to stay home and do laundry and relax. No, I want to go see a movie. That I realized it actually came out last night. But uh, my plans started out well. I woke up early, went out on town, walked around into a few stores, got something to eat. Then around like 12, somewhere around 12, I got to the theater. I was at Richland, so I because I wanted to try something that the Richland Theater had, which was like the punch machine that basically you see on YouTube and TikTok, um, which really messed up my hand, but I got a few good punches. Because I tried it before the movie and one punch after the movie. But because once I got walked over to the theater, um, I got my ticket. I dropped it. Well, I got my ticket. I went at the 1 o'clock time. Um, which I actually thought was funny because it was screen 10 all the way which this is actually the part that actually started creeping me out. It was on this side of the theater, and it actually started to creep me out because it was at the very end of this side of the theater, and it was screening 10, and that's what kind of creeped me out because it was knowing it was screen 10, that didn't bug me until I actually saw 10, this side, very bottom, the very end. So I'm like, okay, yeah. And this is like once they got there. Because after I got a few hits, after I got my ticket, and after I got a few hits of the punching thing, I got my bucket and popcorn, started to head down, decided to go into the theater before they even started the pre-commercials, before the main commercials. The room was like, the only light that the light was hitting was the seats. I decided the main front row, right in front of the main screen, to feel the main vibration instead of feeling it coming right to you. I felt it right away because every time when I go to the theater by myself, I'm hoping that going to a horror movie by myself in a theater and sitting right in the front row, it will actually get me jump. It would actually get me to be scared by. And I'm a person that watched a scary movie every day. Um, uh, every day. Doesn't matter how long or whatever, movie by movie, I don't get scared. But that's my whole point of actually going to the theater 7 right very in front row, is that I feel the vibration right away. I get the jump scare right there, so I'm hoping I actually jump and I get scared. But I was actually scared because there was no light. Even I used my phone light to look around me. My phone light didn't even get the sides because I felt like something was gonna pop right in front of me and get me. I'm like, okay, the movie hasn't even started. I'm already fucking scared as it is. shit. And my bag was right behind the seat because I set down my bucket of popcorn and soda. I'm like, I'm scared. I'm not prepared for this. And all of a sudden, like, the credits starts. Not the pre-credits, but the pre-commercials popped on the screen, started on the screen, and I heard it right away. I'm like, I actually jumped. That made me the jump. I'm like, shit. Even though, yeah, I just said that's why I choose that route for that to happen. But I'm normally in my seat with no problem. I'm already in my seat, so I'm not jumping at that moment. Until now. So I'm like, oh boy. Then I sat down, enjoyed the pre-trailers, and then after that, which I always love seeing one of my boys from TikTok, on the pre-commercials. Uh, I really enjoyed it. I loved the main trailers as well, like Megan. I saw that twice in the theater so far. The trailer, not the movie yet. I saw the trailer so far in the theater so far twice because it was one of the trailers in Halloween Ends and one of the trailers for this movie. So I thought, not bad, not bad. Even though I've seen it before I saw the trailer in theaters, I I think I might go see it in theaters. I'm not sure yet exactly. Even though I love a killer doll movie. But and then we saw Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, and I'm definitely gonna see that in theater. And every time when I watch the first trailer for that movie, it always gets me to tear up, without a doubt and hesitation. Um, the third trailer I can't really remember. Um, and for Avatar, the Wave of Water, I think it's called. I'm actually shocked that we're not seeing much of the first trailer of that since it's slowly getting close to December, which, quote unquote, that's when we're supposed to see the movie, is on Christmas Day. So, and we haven't even gotten a second trailer for that yet. But, and then, actually getting to to the film itself, I actually enjoyed the film than I thought by watching the trailer. See, because when I first watched the trailer for Pray for the Devil, I'm like, I had so much negative, okay, my main negative is that, okay, I first thought that this movie's gonna be stupid because it's gonna be another movie about a lot of men. It's gonna it's gonna tell this woman that's becoming a nun that she wants to be one of the first, well, basically the first woman that is doing an exorcism, if I'm saying that word right. And by hearing from the trailer, and I already figured it's gonna be a man telling her no, it's only a man's job. I'm like, we're in the fucking 21st fucking century, man. I'm like, let that shit go. Women has built themselves up from the bottom to the top. They've been showing a lot of men, even women who still agrees with the men most of the time, is that instead of just being a housewife, we can do a doctor's job, we can do any job. We don't just have to live by the rules of just a housewife. But anyway, and then once I saw the trailer again, that's where it really got me sucked into, but I had a second negative at that time, and that's when I actually realized the other part of the storyline that I also saw that I basically ignored by bitching at that point beforehand is that, okay, we got this devil, we got a demon or a devil hanging around through her whole life, and she becomes a nun at some point because of it, and and she realizes it came back to her, and now and that's where she wants to learn about exorcism, and I'm like, yeah, this movie's not gonna do well. Realizing last night, I really didn't want to stay home. I really didn't want to I really didn't want to relax. I really didn't want to do laundry today. I wanted to go out, walk around, shop, go see a movie. So I looked at what movie was playing last night. So I knew what I'm looking forward to today. I decided to go watch Prey by the Devil, obviously by this review. Um, I actually enjoyed this film. I thought it was amazing. Uh, I really, I could feel a lot of heart, a lot of love that was in this film. I am definitely going to buy this film once it comes out to buy. Once you get halfway through the movie, the other halfway through the movie, the title gets lost by rethinking about the title, because like in the beginning, okay, pray for the devil basically. The one thing I am gonna say is that once the few minutes at the beginning does start slow, it is not fast. It does kind of start slow by a few minutes, and then once it gets to the rest of the film, it does go fast, like one after another. But it does still take a slow pace to take in everything. Half of what I said was right, basically, about watching the trailer. I did get that part right, but I still enjoyed it because the way how I'm just sitting in my seat and watching the film unfold, even though, yeah, I already knew a few parts, it was still enjoyable. It still made me to like the film. Was the jump scares noticeable? Here and there, but it still got to me because, once again, I was sitting in the front row, very front row. And even though I knew that they were coming, it still got me, which I really enjoyed a lot more. Um, uh, I really loved our cast. They could not have picked a better actor, two good actors to play the side main characters. And I loved our main antagonist. She was so good of a female strength antagonist. They didn't try too hard like Disney is. They just did it just right. Um, do do I have any problems with her? Do I have any problems with the main task? Story plot? No, not anymore. But, um, uh, um, as she tells her father, that basically, why are we not talking to the victim to get through to the victim while we're doing the exorcism? Because to her, she thought that would be a lot stronger to do the exorcism and get the exorcism over and done with a little more faster. And to show the victim, we still remember them. We cared for them. We would want the victim to know that, hey, you still matter. And even her teacher father said, no, that's against the church rules. I'm like, okay. And I did like him in the beginning. I liked him, and I love the actor in some of his stuff. He is a great actor. And I liked him in the beginning because he's the one, because he saw her as someone that could be, someone that could be willing to be a great person. As he quotes at the end, she wasn't the first, technically. There was another woman that took the challenge of be the first woman that did exorcism. But as we heard from our main antagonist, but she died, so technically, and I live, so in a way, as a funny moment, and I live, so technically, that still makes me the first woman that did an exorcism. And then so and he but and even though she she and one of his students kind of went behind his back, and I guess she was one of his students. Before After the point she went behind his back and did an exorcism, for one of her classmates' sister. And it proved her point is that once you care for the victim also helps in that situation because that victim knows you still care for that person. You know that they're a person and not just a helpless victim that just needs help. So it really helps there. I really like that. And do I like the ending? No, I do not. Wait, I kind of got lost at that moment. So once she slowly starts, my point with the title was basically it went from basically you're learning, basically at first, as the teacher father said, you're not praying for the victim. You're praying to get the devil out. So basically, that's where you understand the title, praying for the devil. Directly, they're not praying for him, they're just praying to get him out. And then once it gets more further into the movie where she basically where our main antagonist goes on this path where she's like, we need to start caring for the victim. The victim needs to know that we still care for them, know that they are loved and cared for. That's where the title kind of loses me, because it's like, okay, you're no longer praying for the devil to get out of the victim, you're like also caring for the victim. So it's like, where does the title fit in now? So it's like, the ending, like I said, I was not very happy about, because the ending is where they killed off our main strong antagonist. And I truly feel like since he did that and left it open for another one, which I truly feel like horror films do not need a sequel. They don't need a trilogy. It is okay for original horror movies, requels, sequels, remakes, can stand by themselves by just one movie, two movies. Either or. So it's like, this film does not need a sequel. No. Even though it felt like they left it open. killing off our main antagonist, that's actually one of my reasons why I truly feel like it does not need a sequel. Um, do do I love um how honestly I'm a person that notice a few hints here and there, like how I basically prepared and notice when there's a jump scare coming from a mile away. Normally, I'm also with that with like the story plot, where I notice things where the story plot is like throwing something at you from a main character's past or other main character's past. I didn't do that exactly. I just came into this film kind of blindsided, even though I knew what the trailer was about, what the trailer showed. And even though, yeah, I kind of noticed what the trailer showed, and a few jump scares that still got me though, but a few that didn't. I was actually shocked. What I didn't pay attention, like our main antagonist caring for this little girl and why she felt so strong to this little girl is that she wasn't just doing what she felt was right. It was because she felt bad because she was pregnant. She gave away her firstborn. She felt bad. She felt bad ever since. She thought since she did that, she was gonna go to hell. Uh, and, and, and I'm like, and she also felt like, can she be forgiven because of it? And you find out later on, which I normally would pick that up, but I didn't, is that the little girl she's been carrying this whole time actually ends up being her daughter that she gave away, which she actually figures out by the little girl having this chain, this uh this metal chain with a few of those, I don't know what they're called exactly, wooden, or they were kind of black plastic or wooden whatever, with a metal cross. And she said in the middle of the movie she gave away her firstborn with that wrapped around her little baby's wrist. So I'm like, and that's where the movie showed you the connection, is that little girl basically kind of give her classmate that same cross with the same chain, and basically it was an uh, invite type situation to our main antagonist, and that's where she realized that's my daughter, and that's why the this demon, the devil, is taking over her, because basically to get to me, it all loops back around to her. And I'm like, okay, even though I kind of saw that by the trailer. The daughter part, no, normally I would figure that out, but I really didn't this time, and I was shocked. I was, because and I think the reason why I was blindsided by those parts is because I basically picked up, uh, not picked up, is because I was really emotional throughout half the movie. I actually cried half through the movie. I did love its funny moments. Its comedy wasn't forced. It was actually, to me, was really good. Um, the heart, the strong female antagonist type thing wasn't forced. It was, to me, it was perfectly fine. Um, the jump scares I feel like was forced, but the story plot of the movie made it up. Even though I knew like half of the movie was about. I loved the cast. So out of all that, even out with the negatives, I give this movie an A. I give um basically a mix of an A and B type level of a grade, with just certain things like the cast at A, the story plot of an A, um, uh, the title of B, for personal reasons, because like I said, it starts out with understanding what the title means, and then throughout like the half of the middle, throughout the end, it just like changes, where it feels like it should have changed the title to something else, Pray for the Victim or something like that. um the um the way how they did a female antagonist was a just a, just basically and I just, like I said, normally if I go to the theater and I have more negatives than positives, it's probably still more than likely I'm gonna buy it to add it to my collection, because I know at some point later on in the future I probably will, or I might not. And there's a more likely, even if the negatives is positives, with the positives and the negatives are even, more than likely I'm probably gonna go back and forth, or be positively knowing that I'm gonna buy it. Or it Yeah, so it's like, and I know I'm gonna buy this film once it comes out to buy, because I know I really loved it, and it is one of the horror movies that actually made me cry, like bawl my eyes out. And so far as I know of it, Chapter 2 was like, un, was so far as I know the first horror movie that actually got me to cry during a horror movie. I rarely cry. I never cry during a horror movie, and so far as I know, It Chapter 2 was the first one that actually got me to bawl my eyes out. And so Pray for the Devil makes it where it's the second horror movie that actually bawled my eyes out. And the whole heartwarming type thing, it's not forced, and that's why I also give it an A for. So yeah, just overall, if you're looking for a good horror movie to just sit down, have a nice drink, have a nice bucket of popcorn in the theater, this movie is for you. If you like to be negative about it, if you like to be, oh, this is gonna come a mile away, or hello, this is obvious, then you might as well stay home, wait for it to come out and rent, and once it does, just sit back in your home chair, open a can of soda or whatever, make your own bucket of popcorn or a bowl, and put it in your movie player and just watch at home. So you could do all that, but like, so this was a good movie to see in a theater. This is a movie theater movie without hesitation, and this is a movie to buy. That's how good this movie is. And I know I didn't say in the beginning, like I should have, but if you do care about spoilers, leave now. Honestly not trying to be mean. If any of my subscribers care about spoilers, I really don't know why you guys go into my movie reviews without seeing the film first. Um, if you guys care about spoilers, I'm not trying to be mean to my subscribers. I love my subscribers. I thank you guys for the 106 uh subscribe amount. Um I just feel like if you guys care about spoilers, and I love how you guys watch, each of my videos, but I just felt like you hate spoilers. Please go watch the movie before you hop on to this video, because even though it doesn't hurt my feelings to turn it off, then come back, I just really wish you guys would go, because I'm very bad of reminding in the beginning of the videos that, hey, spoilers ahead. So, but if you guys don't care about spoilers, fine, go right ahead and watch this video. But if you guys did see it, comment down below what you guys liked about it, what you guys hate about it. Are you guys planning to buy it? Are you guys planning to not buy it? What parts did you cry? Did you guys actually cry? And what parts did you guys cry at? Did you guys actually get scared even though you guys were knowing it was coming from a mile away? Did you guys get scared no matter what? If you guys did or didn't know if it was coming a mile away? What horror movie are you guys hoping to see me review that you guys dearly love to take to heart? Don't forget to hit that like button and that follow button if you're new to my videos. If you guys are new to my videos, do not forget to subscribe and hit that bell button for all. If you guys want some, like, if you guys just care for my figures, then hey, that's cool. If you guys just care for my movies reviews, then hey, that's cool too. Either or. If you guys want all, some, or hey, doesn't really matter. All that matters to me is that you guys are subscribing to my channel, and I really appreciate it. Have a nice day or night whenever you're watching this. Peace.